from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. It's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Justin Fields and the New York Jets.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The play.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
Yep.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Rodgers now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
Now a first down throw. Fields got his man complete over the middle. It's Taylor. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Off play action. Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Well, they come out and take a look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. This is intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Screen play, Johnson. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50.
When you run a screen pass really well, you gotta like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
But 2 good plays on this one, Brandon. The first one at the quarterback because the pressure affected his throw, and I think it forced him to throw away from his designated target. And how about the second bit of pressure downfield? Receiver going up for the pass, helping force that incompletion.
And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were. To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's success.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Steelers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Justin Fields going to lead his offense back out. And he's been loose with the football early. Interceptions on the first couple of drives. As they start again here, we'll see if he can do better. 1st and 10. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. On play action, Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll run with Hall. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. Give him 2 on the play there. And that leads to a New York 1st down. From the gun, here's Fields. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Fields. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
He gets it underneath to Hall. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On the ground, it's the rookie from Wisconsin. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. On 1st down, it's Fields. It's caught. Smith. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. The Jets on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point a drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road. The
Steelers ready for their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On play action, Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And this will be caught at the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin, 68 yards. And the Steelers are able to widen their advantage. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw, Fields. Well, a tough throw there across his body. It's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Fields. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On the give, it's Warren. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. A handoff for Warren. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it, Warren, and he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. He'll let it fly for Austin. And this is caught inside the 5. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Calvin Austin, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Time for another drive here for this Jets offense. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw caught here by Taylor.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
On 1st down, Fields.
That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jets are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Carlson's extra point up and good.
And it makes the score 21-10. So that drives 7 plays in length.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
A final shot before half for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Jets offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down. Straight ahead is Hall. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Here's Hall again. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Play action. It's Fields.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Now it's Fields.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on 3rd down. That is caught.
touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Jets take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
On the run, it's Warren. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's scooped. Look at the big man rumble. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. And a big turning point here in the 2nd half, Charles, after that play.
All you're trying to do is change momentum, flip things around for your team. You're just trying to take the ball away. But how about when you take it away and score? That really changes things.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, they took their shot. That one was kind of up for grabs that time. And you've got to be careful defensively not to make contact too early. But that was textbook right there to get in tight and force the incompletion.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Calvin Austin,
36 yards.
And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that gives them a 3-point lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see. Just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Give to Hall running right, and he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now out come the Steelers.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6.
That's caught. It's Austin left side.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down carry here for Johnson.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They go to Johnson again. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Rolling to his right. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in a second.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Steelers are able to build on to their
point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Fields on first down. This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Fields. He finds Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Here's Fields. And this one complete to Smith. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
A gain of 16 yards.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Here's Fields.
That's taken. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Here's Warren. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
Rodgers to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Fields.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here's Fields.
And he'll find Hall. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
All eyes on Fields.
That is caught. Josh Reynolds. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Back to throw, Fields.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
Now Carlson for the extra point.
And the lead is down to a field goal now. That time a 6-play drive.
And it was capped off by a touchdown pass to Breece Hall.
So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though. Now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now Rodgers. Flushed out right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Boswell good with the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
This is 1st and 10. To throw is Fields.
He's going to let it fly.
And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. And one last throw here for Fields.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.